So today we have Julian from SEO Mars, and I discovered a hidden secret today. So the success behind SEO Mars is of course Rand, but Julian, and she's also famous as SEO Mom. She's the president of SEO Mars.
Yes.
And that's
the co-founder.
And the co-founder.
Yes.
So all that 13 years of hard work, it was just not right now. And that was the hidden secret. But that is the hidden secret. And we have Dennis from Bits Local, and I just attended their phenomenal session on local search. And just wanted to ask you guys, thank you so much for taking out time. Small businesses, what are some of the strategies they can deploy to get more from local market? And these are brick and mortar small businesses, hotels, lodging. What can they do? And you can talk about PPC, local, social, anything.
Well, I think that we agree the first thing was that they should claim their local search place in Google. And so claiming your local profile is fairly easy. You can do that simply by searching and find your link, click through, fill out the form, or you can ask a professional to help.
If you're a local business, there's 3 ways that you can be found in the search engines. You can buy the clicks, you can be there in the regular organic search results, or you can be there in the maps. And a lot of people don't realize that the search engines are giving more and more priority to the maps. You know, when you do a search and you see the map and then there's the 10 results on the side, that's called a Google Local 10 pack. And 20 or 30% of the searches that people are doing are local, and then the map will show up ahead of all the regular organic search results. So all you have to, so to what Jillian said, if you go into Google Local Business Center or Bing Locals listings, Yahoo has the same thing, and you fill out your profile, then you're more likely to show up. Further, you can add images, videos, customers can come in and provide testimonials. You can ask your friends to come in and rate you 5 stars, and lots of ratings are going to help you. Put in your phone number, rich descriptions of who you are, and that will give you a lot of free traffic. And Google actually will measure you on a 100-point scale on how complete your listing is.
Yeah.
That's correct. Make sure that your listings are complete. I would suggest taking advantage of social media as well. It's time to have a Facebook profile, not just for yourself, but for your company. It's time to put in a LinkedIn profile where people can access you that way. You should have something to do with Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You should have a Twitter account and learn how to use it effectively. It's not scary, it's easy, it's very quick to use on a daily basis, and it keeps you in touch with your customers. And then finally, an online blog if you don't have that. And then combine them. I think you might want to address combining those profiles together.
So first off, you have your regular Facebook profile, but then there's the concept of a fan page. A fan page is not the same thing as a regular profile because you can advertise against it. And there's a section called Ads and Pages that you can go to in Facebook where then you can create a profile. And for yourself, you might want to, you have your personal profile with your images and drinking pictures and all kinds of things that you don't want people to see, maybe, right?
Right.
But then you can create a public profile, right? And they give you choices. You can be a celebrity, you can be a local business, you can be a public figure. And you probably want to create one for yourself as a public figure and also create one as a local business. And then you select the category that you're in: automotive, dental, retail, whatever those are. And that's not the same thing as a profile. A fan page operates very similarly to a Facebook profile, but there's a lot of other things which we'll talk about in a moment. So definitely go in and create that, and then you go to facebook.com/username, and you can have that. So let's say that you're a Santa Clara internet marketing firm. Then maybe you could claim facebook.com/Santa Clara internet marketing. Right?
But you need to have 100 fans.
Yes, you do, which is very easy.
Okay.
If you are a user, a regular user, you don't, but there's disadvantages, and you don't want to do that. And maybe you already have a group already on Facebook. Groups are obsolete, so you want to migrate all those people over into fan pages. The person who runs SEO for Facebook told us a couple weeks ago that they're going to be, those particular fan pages, they're throwing more juice into move up in those rankings. So
while you just talked about ranking, why do social media? So businesses are always struggling. I already have a lot of maps. Now I have to figure out about social media. What is the advantage? And it's really hard, and it's really hard to define the ROI from social media. So what would you say?
So social media is a conversation with your customers. Don't think of it as producing ads. Think of it as developing a number of things. One, you're developing this conversation so that you're constantly in front of your customers with real-time offers and products and conversations and tips and so on and so forth. The second thing, so that we call that real eyeballs, in other words, customers will come to you. The second thing is that customers who enjoy what you're talking about will retweet what you told, right? So you've got a base of maybe 1,000 people, or maybe it's only 100 people. And those 100 people will talk about what you talked about, if it was good, and will include the link to whatever you're referring to, and they will send it out to their 250 people. But that guy over there, he has 14,000 following him. You've just expanded your reach a dramatic amount by finding what we call the linkerati. So these are the people who tend to link to things in the web. You want to find those folks and get them to link to you. So there are links involved, and there's real-time commerce involved, and then there's this branding issue. The question is, how far does your brand go? How many people know about you? If you're a local restaurant, gee, that's great, you have a local neighborhood fan club. But suppose one or more of the people who come to you also broadcast this out essentially nationwide. They're fairly well-known folks, and they have very large fan bases. Now you have folks coming into town, and they won't be dining at the local, large chain stores anymore. They're going to come down to your restaurant because somebody recommended it personally. That's why you do social media. It broadcasts and expands your reach dramatically for very little cost or none, very little effort, if you will. And number two, it also helps with the link structure.
So I think if you really look at Google Index, is it just purely organic ranking, optimizing your golden triangle? Is it social, coming there is images and videos, getting into different verticals like images, videos, Facebook, LinkedIn? Is it impacting your golden triangle? What are your, and I think SEO Moz had done some really phenomenal studies on.
Right. The answer is yes, it impacts it dramatically. Putting out viral videos or even videos that only have a small amount of success made a tremendous impact on the number of visitors to your website and even in the conversion rates. You can take video, you can put it on YouTube and so on. You should also embed it into your own website. For example, on our own landing page at SEO Moz, it was pretty bad. I have to tell you, you had to really want to work with SEO Moz to go find something and buy something, right? We had, a change on our own landing page. We added a video of Rand speaking about SEO and SEO Moz and the tools you could have, and the excitement that he generates because he is very fanatical about his own brand, and you as a business owner should be fanatical about your brand, really made a big difference to the number of people who understood what it was we were offering, wanted what we were offering because they caught the excitement of the CEO of the company. So as a small business owner, I think we all have that. Whether we're selling cars locally, we have our own hotel, whatever it is that's exciting to us in our lives, we can express that better than anybody else.
Okay, great. So any tips you can give to small businesses? A couple of tips. Do this right now. Of course, LBC is one, but what else you can suggest?
So the challenge of small business is that you don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of money, so you can't do the things that big corporations do. So you want to work on the 4 or 5 things that are going to give you the most ROI for your time, because you don't have time to become a master at all these other things. You're wearing 15 or 20 different hats. So the question is, how do you do that? I think it's very simple. Do you have your analytics? Go into your analytics and see what's already driving you traffic. If you see that people are coming in on San Diego Chiropractor and you're ranking on that, then say more about that. Take what's good and make it better. If you find that the number of Facebook visits that you're getting in your analytics is increasing, then go to Facebook and invite more fans. If you're getting more traffic from Twitter than you're getting from Facebook, do that. If you're getting traffic from someone else's website because you guest blog posted there, do that. Use your analytics, see where you're already getting traffic and get more of that. It's so much harder to take a low number and multiply it big. To take 0 and multiply by 1,000 than it is to take 1,000 and multiply by 10.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Anything else would you like to share?
I would say focus on your conversion rates. We talk very often about bringing lots and lots more people into our website. So we work very hard on SEO, on PPC, on social media, drawing more people. You can increase, let's say you have a conversion rate of 1% only, and you've got 100 people coming in. You can go get 200 people and double your income, or you could increase your conversion rate by only 1%. That's the place where I would look at things. See what your website says about you. Take a look solidly and say, if I were a customer, would this excite me? Add things that excite you. add video, add content, add a blog, make sure that your social profile is kind of pimped out already, and drive people that way.
In fact, one thing which I wanted to add after